Okay, welcome to the video. On this one, I just wanted to film a quick walkthrough of how to pitch your offer and transition into the close or objection handling. So let's dive right in. How to pitch and transition into the close. Who can use this? So if you're in SaaS, whether it is B2C or B2B, this type of framework will actually apply to both. Interestingly enough, really any B2B offer, you want to structure it pretty well using the same framework. Obviously, some things are more complex in a true B2B environment, but this will still be useful for structuring it out. If you're an agency, again, that's like a B2B offer. To get more specific, marketing agencies, content agencies, lead gen agencies, so on and so forth. Or if you have an info offer and you're selling info. Okay, so when should you actually pitch, present your pricing, transition into the close? The pitch itself comes at the tail end of your demo, your product walkthrough, your services walkthrough, the value prop, so on and so forth. Otherwise known as the action steps or the action plan. So that's what I call it. And a lot of people call it that. But if it's a front-facing thing, the way that you might not describe it as like the action plan or the action steps to your customers. Maybe you'll dress it up a bit, call it a demo or product walkthrough, so on and so forth. What's the difference between the action steps and the pitch? The action steps are meant to communicate the specific activities that you are going to walk a client through, that their client is going to experience or carry out themselves to get the promised result. Okay, so let's say it is an info offer teaching people how to set up outbound prospecting campaigns. And you're essentially walking through the steps that somebody would go through as they learn and go through the info that you're providing to set up those campaigns and get the end result, right? Which is having a fully functioning outbound system to generate leads, okay? And what you're doing there is getting their buy-in to the solution, okay? So you're not getting them to agree to terms at that point. You're just getting them bought in enough to the solution and getting their trust and belief that you can actually help them solve whatever problem they're facing. And the pitch is where you actually present the terms, okay, and get the agreement on terms. So those are two different things. Buy into the process and agreement on terms are very different. And this is also where you're going to get into the features and benefits, any special offers, alternatives, so on and so forth. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into how we can structure the pitch. Now, you're going to have to transition from the end of the action steps to the pitch very smoothly. Okay. So I've just written down a few examples of how you can do that. Firstly, do you see how what I walk you through there can help with X problem? Okay, that's one way to do that, just getting their buy-in. Can you see how this can help? Now, John, with what I just walked you through here, do you feel that there's any way that this would fail or not work for you specifically? Right, asking the prospect, is there anything that is coming up for you or standing out that makes you think that you would not succeed with this? Okay, how do you see this being useful for you, John? Okay, what we're trying to do here is get them bought in to the process first, and if they have any objections about the process, you need to have their buy-in there, okay, and overcome any objections related to that process itself before trying to get their buy-in to the terms, okay? Because once you start, if you jump to the pitch, right, and the pricing without having their absolute buy-in to the process, the product, the software, your services, so on and so forth, that's all they're going to be thinking about, right? So then they're not even considering that it's a possibility to sign up at that point, right? Because they don't believe that you can help them. So you need to build that belief and help them understand how you can solve their problem to the best of your abilities first. Okay, get that buy-in meter up to 100% before you start pitching features and all this other stuff. Okay. And then again, you want to just give yourself that opportunity to handle those objections before getting into the pitch. So I'll stress that again. But nevertheless, once you have done that and once they're bought into the process, you can ask them something like, or say something like, you got it, well, I don't have too much else to go over with you. Where do you feel that you want to take things from here? Okay, and this does not force them to listen to the pitch, right? It actually gives you an opportunity to keep the kind of the frame and have them, quote unquote, chase for the pitch, right? So it's a bit of a reframe there, where now they have to ask how to get started. They have to ask, okay, how does it work? How do we move forward? What's the pricing look like? And then this also gives you another opportunity to flesh out objections. So now, before we even get into the pitch, we have 2 opportunities to flesh out objections. Okay, so at the end of the action steps, again, you ask for their buy-in, get them bought into the process, and then you kind of do a heat check here, okay, or a trial close. With this question here before you get into pitching the pricing and the offers. And then again, if they say, oh yeah, you know what, this looks good, I just need to think about it, or yeah, this one thing is kind of sticking out to me, blah, 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 whatever it could be. Give yourself another opportunity to handle any objections before pitching. Then once you've done that, or if they don't have any objections, great. Well, to get started or sign up or kick off with us, it's only $5,800, and you'll get access to, feature number 1, and then this will allow you to get X benefit. Okay, you'll also get this feature, which will produce X benefit for you. You're also going to get this feature, which is going to get you this other benefit. Okay, and again, it's just $5,800 to get things in motion, and then we can start getting to work on this. Okay, another way you can do this, great. Well, instead of spending $50,000 and having to spend 6 months of your own time figuring this out, or paying a really expensive agency to do this, when our tool can do it for only $5,800, okay, you'll immediately get access to feature, benefit, feature, benefit, feature, benefit. And then again, it's just $5,800 to get those things in motion, and then we can start getting to work on things. And then you just let that sit there for a bit, let them marinate in that. This is a pretty common concept. Anybody that's teaching sales pretty much on the face of the earth will tell you to, be quiet after you pitch the pricing, and then you just wait for the response. If they agree, they like it, you'll close the deal. If not, just transition into your closing and your objection handling and close the deal that way, okay? And then you also want to test different things here, right? So you can test deposits, trials, payment plans, introduce some scarcity and urgency if you can do it naturally, and then also test guarantees and risk reversal, okay? Things that you might want to test and stack to produce more favorable terms for the client that you were trying to bring on board. And then, from there, we have a separate kind of objection handling framework that you can use, and that I'll make another video on. But this will at least get you started into how to structure your pitch and how to transition out of your action steps in your actual, demo into pitching the offer and the pricing in a very structured way. Okay, so appreciate the time that you took to watch this video. If you liked it, leave a like wherever this is posted. Subscribe, keep up to date with us, and then I will see you in the next one. Thank you.